The movie opens with a chilling and mysterious sight. A man is buried deep under a thick layer of snow. Suddenly, his body begins to levitate, rising into the air as if pulled by an invisible force. Miraculously, he is still alive! After he gets up and dresses himself, he pulls his knife out of a piece of wood and continues his lonely journey through the cold. The scene then shifts to two young children. The older brother is named Jim, and he lives alone with his little sister in a massive house. Jim is incredibly self-sufficient. He does everything around the house and doesn't seem to need any adults to survive. We see him sitting on the stairs, carefully checking the bullets in his gun. At first glance, it looks like a toy, but it's actually a professional tranquilizer gun used to stun targets. While he's busy, Jim hears a voice from outside. He goes out to find a man asking his sister about where their parents are. The man asks Jim the same thing, but Jim doesn't say a word. He simply grabs his sister and takes her back inside. Like a grown man, he locks and secures every entrance to the house before sitting down to play with his sister. Outside, the reality of their world is terrifying. Strange, hungry creatures are trying to break in, clawing at the walls. But the house is bulletproof and reinforced. They can't get through. These creatures are zombies, and they want nothing more than to eat the children. In this world, the zombie virus has wiped out almost everyone. Only 1% of humanity is left. To Jim and his sister, these monsters aren't even scary anymore. They are just a part of their daily routine. The next day, while the kids are playing outside, the man from before, Jack, returns. This time, he has brought his female partner with him. The woman kindly picks up Jim's sister, but Jim immediately scolds her, telling her to put his sister down. The couple asks about their parents again, and Jim tells them they've gone to get supplies. Hearing this, the couple tries to sound reassuring. They tell him, "Don't worry, we aren't here to hurt you. We'll stay and take care of you until your parents get back." Meanwhile, the scene cuts to Aiden, the man from the snow. He is standing in the middle of the woods, completely fearless. He kills every zombie he encounters with ease. Back at the house, the couple is looking around. They see that the home is filled with food and comforts that could last a long time. Realizing the children are truly alone, they decide to stay for good. Jim, however, has been eavesdropping on their conversation. A cold fear grows inside him. He quietly locks his sister inside a safe room for her protection. As night falls, Jim's dog starts barking at him, sniffing him suspiciously. Outside, a massive swarm of zombies surrounds the house. Terrified, the couple kills all the lights to hide. But suddenly, the back door swings open. Someone attacks the girl, injuring her and dragging her out into the darkness. The movie doesn't explain what happened to her husband. The scene just cuts to the next morning. We find Aiden again, lying in the snow. When he wakes up, he realizes he's caught in a trap. As he struggles to free himself, he sees Jim's little sister nearby, laughing at him. Suddenly, a needle hits his neck. Aiden pulls it out, but the sedative is too strong, and he falls unconscious. Jim had shot him with his tranquilizer gun. When Aiden finally wakes up, he approaches the house where Jim is waiting with his gun drawn. Jim asks why he's there. Aiden explains he is a soldier traveling north to find his wife. Jim is taken aback. Usually, people only come looking for food or medicine. This is the first person he's met who is looking for love. For some reason, Jim decides to trust him and lets him in. Inside, Jim makes a deal. The power is out. If you charge our batteries by running on the treadmill, I'll give you food, medicine, and a place to sleep. Aiden agrees. While working, Aiden asks about the parents. This time, Jim tells the truth. His father is a scientist who hasn't returned in a long time, and his mother is a security agent away on a mission. During their talk, Aiden spots a zombie outside. He sprints out, picks up a heavy block, and smashes the zombie's head. Jim watches, but he quickly covers his sister's eyes so she doesn't see the violence. When Aiden returns, Jim asks, "Why did you kill it? The house is bulletproof. They can't get in." Aiden is confused, wondering just how many secrets this house holds. Aiden is determined to finish his job and leave. He runs on the treadmill day and night without stopping until he literally collapses from exhaustion. Jim's sister kindly brings him water and food, and she even gives him her own hairpins so he can tie his hair back. Later, after freshening up, Aiden cooks for them. When they go outside, they find a zombie caught in one of their traps, and Jim kills it. They also notice an old man and a young woman passing by in the distance, seemingly looking for someone. Back inside, Aiden finds the parents' car keys and gets an idea. If he can fix the car, he can reach his wife much faster! But when he tries to start it, it's broken, and he doesn't know how to fix it. As he leaves the garage, he hears strange noises coming from an outhouse. Before he can investigate, Jim stops him. That night, during dinner, Aiden notices something very odd. Jim handcuffs himself to the bed before going to sleep. The next morning, Jim is gone. Aiden finds him outside fixing zombie traps. While Jim is busy, Aiden sneaks into the outhouse. He doesn't find a monster, just a mattress, pillows, and deep scratches on the walls. It looks like a prison. Suddenly, Aiden notices a strange man lurking around the house. He quickly grabs Jim's sister and hides, keeping them both safe from being spotted. Seeing this act of protection, Jim finally trusts Aiden completely and returns the weapons he had taken from him. Aiden starts working on the car again. Suddenly, they hear the sister scream. The man who was lurking has returned with a gang, and they've taken the little girl hostage. Jim manages to stun one man, but suddenly, two of the invaders drop dead. They were shot from behind by Lena, Jim's mother, who has finally returned home. Tragically, a stray bullet hits Aiden in the chaos. As he falls into the snow and dies, he has a final flashback of his wife. But then, something impossible happens. Aiden comes back to life. Even more shocking, his bullet wound heals right before their eyes. While Aiden is reeling from shock, Jim and Lena aren't surprised at all. They bring him inside to explain the truth. Lena explains that while the virus turns most people into mindless monsters, there are special zombies. These are people who are infected but keep their human minds. They become immortal and gain incredible strength, essentially becoming human zombie hybrids. However, there is a dark side. Sometimes the virus takes over, sending them into a frenzy where they lose their senses and kill. When they wake up, they remember nothing. Aiden realizes he is one of them. Then, Lena drops a bombshell. Jim is also a special zombie. A flashback reveals that the person who killed the couple at the start of the movie was actually Jim. His dog had smelled the change in him. Jim had locked his sister away to save her, then lost control and killed the intruders. That is why he handcuffs himself every night. That night, Aiden dreams of his wife again, but it's a nightmare. She is covered in blood, holding a dead baby. He wakes up weeping. Lena comforts him and shares her own heartbreaking story. Both her children were born with incurable heart conditions. Her scientist husband discovered that the zombie virus could save them. He injected Jim with a serum, turning him into a super zombie to cure his heart. It worked, but one day, Jim accidentally bit his father. Her husband turned into a normal, mindless zombie, and Lena was forced to kill him herself. Suddenly, Jim starts screaming. "A frenzy is coming!" Lena tearfully locks him in the outhouse and sits outside, listening to his cries. She refuses to open the door, no matter how much it hurts. Aiden stays with her, acting as their protector. Days pass as they support each other, but a new tragedy strikes. Jim's sister faints in the snow. Her heart condition has returned. Aiden suggests turning her into a special zombie like Jim, but Lena refuses, unable to bear more science going wrong. Eventually, Jim recovers and helps care for his sister, but Aiden knows he must move on. Despite their pleas, he leaves to continue his search. Shortly after he leaves, a group of armed men arrives at the house. Their leader is looking for his daughter, the girl from the couple at the beginning. He found her car nearby and blames Lena. Inside, he tortures Lena for information she doesn't have. Aiden, who was resting nearby, hears them and rushes back. He finds Jim hiding in the kitchen. Aiden stealthily kills several guards, then faces the leader. Instead of fighting, Aiden does something shocking. He slits his own throat. He knows the pain and the death will trigger his transformation. Seconds later, he rises as a feral super zombie and tears through the invaders. The next morning, Aiden wakes up covered in blood, holding a severed leg. The horror of what he did sinks in. He enters the house and finds a letter from Lena. She has taken the children and headed north. She writes, "If fate wills it, we'll meet again, because I know you're coming north too." As Aiden begins to pack his things to follow them, the camera pans outside. We see the gangster's daughter, now a zombie herself, wandering the wastes, killing other zombies. And with that, the story ends.